All right, I'm bringing up your first. Welcome, Juan, to the stage. Do we have any music?
I don't know what that was. I apologize for that handshake. As he said, I am Juan. I'm Latino. If it wasn't obvious. I said I'm Latino at a show recently, and someone was like, "It's Latinx now." No, it's not, all right? Latinx is a made-up word. Latinx was invented by white folk. Latinx is about as Latino as Chipotle. Thank you. My biggest issue with the word Latinx is that it doesn't sound like a way to describe someone. What it sounds like is like a variation of Zumba. You know? Like, hey, Juan, you want to go to the gym tonight? Wish I could, but I have Latinx. You get compliments like, damn, Juan, that ass is looking juicy today. Thanks, Grandma. It's all that Latinx. But no, I don't work out. My friends try to get me to go to like, have you guys seen these like wall climbing gyms? There's like a couple around Indy now. My friends always try to get me to go, but I've never been, but whenever I see a video online, I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty easy, you know? Like, I haven't done any physical activity since high school, but I'll watch a wall climbing gym video and I'll be like, yeah, I could probably make that wall my bitch, you know? I think it's because being good at wall climbing runs in the family. Hell yeah, I knew you guys were cool. Fuck yeah. I live with all white dudes. And let's be real, wall climbing is a white dude sport. But there are other white dude sports now. My buddies try to get me to go to like play pickleball with them. I feel like white dudes keep inventing new sports because only new sports are the ones minorities aren't good at yet. And then you guys make it worse by giving them like the whitest names ever. So it's like I couldn't call up my buddy to be like, hey, Jose, ¿quieres jugar spike ball? My buddy was the other day, he was like, you want to play some euchre? I was like, what is that? But I do. I live with all white dudes. It's so fun for me. I like to like observe their behavior, you know? I kind of feel like I'm doing like a case study on them in a way. It's like Discovery Channel. I'll be like, 6 p.m., this subject has just left looking for essentials. Upon his return, he reveals 1 month's supply of Jack's Pizza and lean cuisine, 1 vape, and 1 Dove's Men's 3-in-1 body wash, shampoo, and conditioner. 7 p.m. at a dinner party, the Caucasian males begin discussing cryptocurrency. This acts as a reverse mating call as the women of the species quickly disperse. We're having fun. It's all right, guys. We have to be able to laugh at ourselves, you know? Being Latino in Indiana is so funny for me because I always feel so out of place. Like, I feel like when I'm out with my roommates, I look like, have you ever been to Chipotle and like some of the brown rice gets into the white rice? That's what I look like hanging out with my roommates. I'll go back home to Chicago and I'll tell my like Mexican friends that I live in Indiana now, and they're like, oh my God, what are you doing there? And then I'll come back here and talk to my Latino friends here, and they're like, yeah, wait, what are we doing here? But I feel like I get that question all the time, like, why are you here? Why are you here? And I feel like it's so obvious. I'm in Indiana. I'm surrounded by corn. Indiana has some of the best corn tortillas. There are better corn tortillas in Indianapolis than Guadalajara, I swear to God. My buddy lives in a food desert. He has to Amazon Prime his like tortillas. I'm like, my shit's farm to table. Clap if you're in a relationship. Anyone here in a relationship? Ooh, a couple folks. Okay. Sorry for assuming. I apologize. I recently realized I have a type when it comes to dating. So I date women with habitual toxic behaviors who justify them with irrelevant character traits. And I'll give you an example. I was dating this girl who would constantly steal. And it was never anything expensive. She'd steal like a $3 kombucha from Whole Foods. Because she's like, oh, it's basically free, right? That's literally theft. And when I confronted her about it, and I was like, hey, why do you do that? Why do you steal so much? She's like, it's just my zodiac. I'm just such a Cancer. You're a Cancer to the economy, is what you are. I dated this other girl once who would have these like manic screaming episodes, and she would call them her Italian meltdowns. First of all, way to throw your whole nationality right under the bus. And second of all, I couldn't do that. I couldn't say, hey babe, sorry I punched a hole in your wall. I was having a Mexican meltdown. Doesn't that kind of sound like a menu item at Taco Bell? Sounds good, right? Those Indiana corn tortillas, oh man. I dated a Disney adult too. Oh God. Proper reaction. Try to do like a movie night with her. Hey, we should go watch like the new Avatar or something. She'd be like, nah. Let's watch Frozen. Let's watch Frozen, the sing-along celebration. I'm like, ma'am, that movie came out 13 years ago. It's time to let it go. Sex was, yeah, that's the proper response to that joke. Maybe you'll like this one better. Sex with her was the worst. You don't know how hard it is to have sex with someone who's fully naked except for the Mickey ears. She'd try to dirty talk. She'd be like, I'm gonna take you to Splash Mountain. Yuck. Oh, man. This actually wasn't my first dream. I wanted to be a rapper first. Yeah, I know. So my buddies and I, we're from Chicago. We wanted to start a rap group. It was me, Juan, my other buddy Juan, and my other buddy Jose. We wanted to be like the Mexican Migos. We wanted to be the Amigos. Like that was our... Sorry, that reference might not hit with this crowd. My bad. But we tried to, like, when we decided to be rappers, we had to all come up with rap names, right? And so I remember the day that we tried to generate the rap names, none of us had anything, so Jose said, well, there's two Juans, so you can be Juan, and you can be two. And I was like, all right, smart ass, what are you gonna be? And he was like, I'm gonna be Jose, That's a fucking terrible rap name. And I remember the first day that we ever recorded a song, we show up all to the studio, my mom's basement, and we start playing the track, and I remember my buddy Jose goes up to the mic, and he's just like, Jose, makes the ho say, And I think about that every day. I was like, damn, like, that, you could make it with that, bro. Like, really, you really could. Our second song was, we made a Harry Potter rap. Any Harry Potter fans in here tonight before I tell this joke? No? We're not doing that joke then. That's perfectly fine. It's not worth the effort. It's not worth the effort. Are we drinking tonight? Is everyone drinking? A couple folks. Must be nice. Next month I'm 1 year sober. Stop it. Stop. I want to start drinking again. See, okay, here's the thing, is I stopped like cold turkey. Like I didn't go to rehab, like I didn't have a problem. Well, I say I didn't have a problem. You know, some people might disagree, but I stopped just cold turkey, and it's so funny now because like, if I ever start again, everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, I can't just start up again. I don't know. It's like, I couldn't just be like, Dad, I just want a Modelo. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a problem. I don't know. We need to keep working on that one. I apologize for that. Thank you. But now I drink non-alcoholic beers. Yuck, yeah. It's like bread-flavored soda is what that is. Do you guys say soda or pop in Indiana? Soda? Pop? You're from Indiana? Ohio, okay. Oh, I asked about Indiana, so. I'm kidding. Yeah, close enough. Dude, in some parts of Texas, they say, like, Coke for everything. Yeah. You call it Coke?
I don't like Pepsi, so it's Coke.
But that's the dumbest. It's like, you go to some place in Texas and you're like, yeah, can I have a Coke? It's like, what flavor? Pepsi. So silly. What people don't know about non-alcoholic beers, though, is that they still have like 0.05% alcohol in them. So I've done my research, and if I drink like 5 of them, like really, really fast, nothing happens. Literally nothing happens. Yeah, I just have to pee really bad. That's pretty much it. Don't you guys just miss COVID? Is that just me? No? The only thing I miss from COVID is like non-essential workers. I mean, they're still around, most of them. But do we have any essential workers? Any essential workers? Yes, what are you, if I may ask? Pharmacy. Give it up for our pharmacists. Front lines. I love the idea of essential workers because that's what they are, essential. I'm a non-essential worker. I work on spreadsheets all day. I'm quintessentially non-essential. I dated this nurse during the pandemic. She was like, oh my God, like today I had like 10 patients die and like there was no masks and like all this awful stuff. She was like, oh, what about you? How was your day? I was like, oh man. I had to follow up on an email. And then they didn't respond, so I had to circle back again. It was a fucking mess. She was like, delete my number. But I am on the grind. I'm trying to get a girlfriend. I'm on the dating apps. Anyone else who's dating apps? Good for you guys. Fucking must be nice. I'm on Hinge. And lots of single moms on Hinge, which is fun. Is it bad that I swipe right based on what the kid looks like? Like, like if that kid has like a comb over, a Little League jersey, holding a baseball glove, I'll play catch with that kid, you know. But if that kid has a mullet, silver teeth, scabs everywhere, guys, I'm not playing catch with that kid. That is the description of a child who kicks people. And I'm down to be a stepdad, but I'm not down to be stepped on. Thank you. I dated a single mom once who was like on the first date, she's like, I just want a man I can build a family and an empire with. I was like, ma'am, I'm 25. I can't even build a bed frame. Gonna have a real hard time building that family without that. There's this new trend on Hinge now where you can say if you're like polyamorous. Have you guys heard of this? Like polyamory, it's like where you date multiple people. It's this funny thing to put it on your Hinge profile because it's like, fun fact about me is I like to fuck everybody. I love like some couples that start like monogamous, like a woman and a man who start monogamous and then they become polyamorous. Cause you know the girl brought it up, right? It's never the guy like, babe, these last 7 years have been great, but you know what would make it even better? My coworker Stephanie. I knew a throuple in college. I worked the front door of my dorm, and every night at like the same time, this throuple would come in, and it was like one dude with two girls. Oh, relax, sir. He'd walk in every night at like midnight, like both of them around his arm, just like looking at me. What's up, man? And it was so funny because one night he came home and he only had one of the girls. And he looked at me and he was like, shh. I was like, are you cheating on the other girl right now? Also, every time you have sex, is that a threesome? Like, how does this work, sir? I was so confused. I told this joke once, and some guy in the crowd was like, well, were they hot? It's one way to be very publicly horny. But the truth is that they weren't. They were both 5s. But that's a 10, so... You beat me to it, lady. I'm recently going through a breakup. Thank you. I was waiting for that. It happened like 3 years ago, but I still talk about it. Dude, when you go through a breakup, this funny thing happens of like, your guy friends will be like, I know exactly what you need. A visit to the strip club. No, you don't, all right? When you're going through a breakup, you're so like emotional. You're in a bad place. We walk into the strip club and they're playing like Pony by Genuine. I'm like sobbing. This was her favorite song. I had a stripper come up to me and she's like, you want to dance, hon? You can picture what she looks like. And I was like, no, I'm kind of going through it right now. She's like, well, what's got you down? It's like, I'm going through a breakup. She's like, well, son, in this life, you're either fucked. She said, in this life, you're either fucking or you're getting fucked. She spoke in parables. She was a lot like Jesus in that way. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to get out of here and go hit the town. She's like, okay. That'll be 3 songs worth. I owed her $300 by the end of the night is where that story ends. But no, okay. I'm good at dating. I just feel like I'm better as like a guy best friend. Like I feel like I'm one of the girls, you know? Like you ever meet girls who are like, I'm one of the guys. I hang out with guys more. Guys are less drama. Yeah, that's not me. I love drama. Like if my guy friend were to hit me up, be like, hey Juan, you watched the Sox game last night? I don't give a fuck about the Sox game, all right? But if my bestie calls me up and she's like, hey, did you hear what Jennifer wore to brunch? I'm like, bitch. No, I didn't. I love girls because I feel like women are just way more privy to knowledge than us men are. Like the word privy. A girl taught me that word. I had a girlfriend come over to my house once and she walks into my bedroom and she looks at my bed and she goes, hey, you know you're allowed to have more than one pillow for your bed, right? It was like Jesus turned water into wine right before my eyes. She's like, all right, show me your towels. I'm like, what do you mean towels? She's like, you need a face towel and a body towel. I was like, no. You get one towel, you get your face with it, then you get your body with it, and that's how you avoid cross-contamination. The guys are nodding their head, hell yeah, they know what I'm talking about. I'll leave you with this. When I was writing that joke, I was thinking of all of the girls I've been very lucky to know throughout my life. And there was one girl in particular, my friend Andrea in grade school. Do you guys remember that time in grade school where you had to do like a standardized test? It was like the SAT, something like that. We were in the 4th grade and we had the standardized test, and I remember it was like the quietest day of the classroom. Like no one was making a peep, much like this room tonight. And in the middle of the test, my friend Andrea just lets out a super loud fart. And she immediately starts sobbing. We all start dying laughing. We all knew it was her. She gets up and runs out of the classroom. And I remember thinking that night, like, she's gonna go home and someone's gonna tell her, don't worry about it. No one's gonna remember that happened. I saw Andrea recently. Middle of the week, at the supermarket, minding her own business. And I just had to go up to her and let her know that I never forgot that fart. Guys, I'm Juan Arellano. Thank you so much. You've been a wonderful crowd.